We have a... I wish it was worth dancing about, but...
I know, right? With the word.
Hi! I'm Carcia.
I'm Telly.
And we are the HercastleGirls. We are your mindset, self-development sisters. I am a mindset coach.
I am a mind and wellness advocate.
We're going to talk about something that I think it's really timely right now with everything going on in the world. We are talking about how we are going through these uncertain times right now. So if you love videos about mindset, about spirituality, business, life, motivation, then this is the channel for you. We would highly suggest that you take your beautiful soul over to the subscription button, click that subscribe button, and definitely click that notification bell. You know,
take your beautiful soul and do just that. Let's have a sister-to-sister talk with you guys along in this combo. You know, there is a lot of things going on in the world, but there is a lot going on where it's kind of almost like overlapping. Let's say that. Yeah, things are kind of overlapping. And a lot of people are going through some severe anxiety.
We all know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, we don't need to tell you.
You know, we don't
You
need to
already
go
know.
through it, but, you know, we do have a Panasonic happening. We do have a Panasonic going on. We have a lot of different things going on in different countries that are quite negative. Even in nature, we have fires going on. There are so many things like, you know, unrest, you know, racial issues and problems. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
It's a lot.
That makes it very easy for someone that, you know, if you're an empath, if you're sensitive, if you're a person that loves to take in information, this is a very hard time to be living in. Yeah.
We're humans. We're like sponges. You watch something, it dwells in your mind for a bit, and with so much unrest going on right now, you know, things linger in your mind, and that good attitude you used to have, it slowly starts to, you know, diminish a little.
And see, this is why, you know, like with this video, I know we wanted to talk about how to keep ourselves grounded in a time like this. Because more than ever, you know, people in the 1920s, people that were dealing with, you know, the Great Depression, there was no such thing as the news. There was no such thing as Twitter. There was no such thing as social media. So even though there was a major struggle, people only knew of the struggle within their box.
Within their backyard. When World War II was ending in the 20s, there was a great boom. You know, alcohol was now legal, I believe, and, you know, all these amazing things were happening. People had money. Things were flowing. Money was flowing. Love was flowing. The 20s was rolling for real. The Great Depression happened in the 30s, and it was just like, boom, people are out of work. There's sickness. There's so many different things going on. And I do believe that now more than ever, it is so important to just give ideas and tips to people on how to keep their vibe high. Back in the day, the only news you cared about or that you knew about was like your neighbor. Or maybe like your backyard. Maybe like...
And the newspapers were published, and the newspapers, you know, the news was literally, you heard about things after they were well and done. Now we are seeing the news happen in real time.
Unfolding as we watch.
What sort of boundaries you have when it comes to the news?
Whew, okay. I do got a lot of boundaries because I am like yourself. I am that kind of person where I am like a sponge. You know, if I'm watching the news and it's, you know, news is never really that positive. So I do feel like, wow, I wish I didn't see that. So these days, especially these days, since the Panasonic started, I have literally limited myself. If it's like world news, I don't even watch it. I don't. I might like in passing if I hear the TV is on, or if I'm online and I just need to take a break from my work, and I'll be like, okay, let's see what's going on the planet. I might read like one article or two just to be aware of what's going on, but I'm not sitting there like I back in the day where every day it's like, oh, what's happening now, like refreshing the page and stuff like that. And then even with local news, I will watch the 6 o'clock news. Just because it's like, okay, let me see what's going on in my area, in my neck of the woods. I don't do it every day because I don't want to have negative things in my surroundings. I don't want that in my mind. I don't want that for me because I don't want my energy to dwindle because of something I've heard on the news that's bad. If I do see the news, it's literally because of my phone. Like, I don't search for it. It kind of searches for me, if that makes sense.
For me, as I always say to people, the less you can take in the news, the better. I feel that the news can interrupt the flow of, high frequencies. It can really put you in a down state. However, being informed is so important. You don't want to be the one person, at the gathering or the family event that isn't aware of what is going on in the world.
Right.
So definitely and this is where the whole thing of discipline comes in. Yeah. Making time and saying, I'm only going to watch the news every other day.
Right.
And I'm only going to watch 20 minutes of it. Or I wake up in the morning after I've done my morning routine. I'm only going to watch 10 minutes of the news so I know the traffic and I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
Because being blindsided and not being aware is not a good thing.
No, you don't want to be caught off guard.
Right.
At the same time.
Exactly, because the thing is, if you know what's going on in the world, you know how to counteract it. You know what to do to help yourself through this emotional, traumatic war that you're about to go through.
Yes, I agree. I wouldn't say to everyone, cut off the news, but definitely be aware, understand what's going on so that you're not the last person to know, and take everything in waves, right? Like you hear it and then you let it go. Do not watch the news like early in the morning when you just wake up.
No, it should definitely not be the first thing.
It should not be the first thing.
That, picking up your phone, looking on Twitter. Because the thing is that the idea of the headline, the idea of the one sentence, 600 people are now in ER because of ...
Yeah.
That is not the right information you need to receive in the first 30 minutes of waking up in the morning. Consuming less social media, consuming less news, and then when you're consuming it, what are you doing? Are you present in that moment? Or are you just sitting there worrying about, well, this is happening on this side of the world, and this is happening over here, and this is happening over there. And I find that people are sitting there all day. They're like on their phone, taking in the information all day.
Oh boy.
While they're trying to deal with their family life and just their normal life.
Yeah, and their own personal problems, and they're absorbing the world's problems too.
Right.
That's a lot.
What does that do to your energy?
What energy? Every energy you had left, it gone. Your energy's gone into that phone. That phone has just absorbed every single inch of energy you even had left. And now by the time you go home, to your family or your friends, whatever, and they come to you, this is like close to home now. So, they have their issues that they wanted to talk to you about. You're just like, listen, I don't want to talk to you. I just sat on the train on my phone, reading about everything that's going on in the world. I'm drained. I don't have time to listen to you and your issues.
When you're going to consume content, again, discipline.
So
say to yourself, okay, I'm only going to, after I've done my morning routine, after I've meditated, after I've journaled, after I've said my affirmations, after I've said my prayer, after I've made my intentions for the day, I will allow myself 20 minutes on Instagram to post and respond to things. Make
it a discipline.
A discipline of it, and don't allow yourself to be consumed completely by content. Because again, content's coming from everybody. You don't need a journalism degree. You don't need a science degree. People can put out whatever they like. So knowing that, you really do have to lead with intention when you are about to consume content.
You have
because your health, your mental, your spiritual. We are at war right now, people.
It's a war, and girl, this is a war. It's true. Then this is a war where you're not against a physical person.
No,
you are against you.
Some people some people strived
Oh yeah,
through
this whole Panasonic.
right? Some people started new businesses. Some people pivoted.
Yep.
You know, like here, we can speak for ourselves.
Absolutely.
We started, you know, a talk show.
Yep.
We started looking at YouTube differently and using it.
Yep.
You know, we both started studying. You started studying body,
Yes.
spirit, mind. I started studying mindset, body, mind, spirit, all of that. We started studying and putting in work and doing exams, doing tests, excelling, opening new businesses, pivoting into new businesses, taking on clients. And we were doing this when we couldn't leave our house. So some people were doing this and became strong and whole.
Yes.
And some people became weak and broken.
Crumbled. It's really interesting how a situation like this can really make or break a person. We can both say to this, because we both know people that are, strong-minded, strong-willed. Nothing could ever break them. And yet, during this, especially in 2020, during that first cycle of, stuff going on, I would see strong men, strong women that were solid as a rock, all of a sudden really panic and really break down.
People had to get used to solitude, being alone, and being okay with being alone. People also had to figure out what was truly important.
Yeah.
And what
they
wasn't.
Have to really decipher, really make a choice.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, okay, the Panasonic was, it sucked, and we're still in it, so I can't even say it sucked. It sucked.
It just sucks.
But it's also bringing out the resilience and the purposefulness of people.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people had no idea what they were doing. A lot of people were out here answering text messages, meaningful time spent on people that weren't serving them.
Yeah.
Putting their time where it didn't need to be. And this gave them an opportunity to say, hold on, let me stop for a minute.
The world paused, and people, everyone found hidden talents that they didn't even know they had. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I can do my own nails. Oh, okay, I can do my own nail design.
Exactly.
I can sew. I didn't know I could sew. I didn't know I could make hats. I didn't know I could make jewelry. I didn't know I could start my own business and actually be disciplined to go through with it. It's a rough season we're going through, but it's also a beautiful thing to see how people are pivoting and actually becoming brand new. I don't need to give all my energy to my boss that never respected me. I don't have to put up with foolishness at my workplace with coworkers that I thought were my friends, but your coworkers are never your friends, remember that. But, giving your energy to people that you thought had your best interest, but honestly, they don't have your best interest.
You know what I think?
They don't have your best interest, boo.
Yeah. What we're getting into now is this idea of what are you doing to keep yourself focused? What are you doing to keep yourself grounded? We're saying, consume less. We're saying, focus on goals, focus on what your purpose is. This is the time to do something like that. And also realize your model of the world. Because the problem with social media and the news is that it's coming at you really fast, and it's all coming at the same time. And you don't realize that, hey, you know what? For the most part, for people that are watching this video, when you look outside your window right now, everything is at peace for the most part.
For the most part.
But society's way of giving you information is so chaotic that it makes you begin to panic and feel that anxiety that is paralyzing you from living in your truth and living your life and living in your purpose. Just like money, our cell phones, our mobile phones, it's a tool. we are a great example of taking, you know, a mobile phone. You know, we started off as fashion influencers, and it was through our mobile phones that we had started that career.
Yeah.
So we took it and made something of it. But we also learned how to put this thing down and ignore it.
And it wasn't easy.
No.
Because, you know, coming from a fashion life, you know, you want to be on the pulse. You want to make, you know, and then the dry part with being on the pulse is you're so desperate to know what's going on. You just take anything from anyone. You're not really saying, is this really true? Like, is this really how the story goes? You're not really deciphering what's really true and what's not true, because everyone, like we said before, everyone's a journalist. Everyone's just kind of putting everything they want to their liking out there. You go, you read it, or you see it, depending on your social medias, whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then next thing you know, you feel like you're less than.
Yeah.
And you feel like, oh my gosh, well, I'll never be as successful as Robert, who just started his own.
Comparison issues.
All this stuff happens just because of that simple thing of just saying, you know, put your phone down for even a minute and look outside and see that your world is actually not bad.
Exactly. And that's why I do think that grounding is important. After you watch the news, go do something fun, like go cook. Go outside if you can manage to go outside. This is why, you know, more than ever right now, you've got to look at, okay, right now, what matters most is your health, your mental health, and your spirituality. What are you eating? Are you eating good foods that nourish your body?
Are you eating the right foods? Are you just running to McDonald's every 5 seconds? Because that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. You need to eat real food.
Eat
yam. Eat some, like, you know, saltfish, dumpling. Yo.
Well, if you are not a Caribbean background, there are so many things.
Rice and peas.
There are lots of nourishing foods, fruits and vegetables that you could be eating. Are you moving your body? You don't need to have a gym membership to go for a walk.
Can you say that again, please? Because some people need to hear that
twice. You do not need a gym membership to move your body. There are so many beautiful parks and beautiful parts of your city locally where you can put in a good 20 to 30 minute leisurely walk.
Even like, because we live in Canada, so we are faced with, you know, the elements of snow. And even if that, no matter what, you can still make it work. No matter where, just work out inside. And for my friends who live in condos, that's what the staircase is for.
Another important piece to grounding, really, your day is better when you start it right and you end it right. That first half hour at least. There are some of us out here that have an hour. I could take 2 hours easily and do a daytime routine.
Oh, girl, easy.
You know, and that's what we usually do when we don't have any early meetings or anything.
Yeah.
Journal. Write down how you are feeling. Write down your intentions for the day. Write down 10 to 20 things that you are grateful for. And then meditate. Your meditation could be a minute.
Yep.
Your meditation could be an hour. You could just sit there and listen to, you know, beats, binaural beats.
Yep.
You could sit there and just listen to sounds and feel good. Live in that moment and do your visualizations. Do your affirmations.
Yep.
Do your mantras. Then spiritual, if you're into spirituality, say your prayers, you know, read a scripture, you know, do these things that set you up for success, not only physically at your job or your work, but also just in your mind and your body, in your spirit. And then at night, what are you doing sitting on your phone till 1 a.m. in the morning comparing yourself to every other person?
You might as well stop doing that, because you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and do the same thing, and guess what? Nothing's going to change.
It's not.
It's not going to change.
And to be honest with you, you want to sleep well? If you want to sleep well, I'm telling you, journal. If you have the time, put in a sleep meditation.
So good.
And really take advantage of the tools that are out here. We have something that a lot of generations before us didn't have, and that is the knowledge of mindset and the knowledge of a lot of spiritual practices that can help us to live good and sleep good.
Even when we were kids, kids in the 90s, we didn't have a lot of this stuff. It's just now that schools are even introducing this kind of practice to kids, using meditation as a form of, let's not discipline you, let's have you sit and breathe and stillness, and that's what's helping kids now. Back in our day in school, I wish we had that. That would have solved a lot of problems. There really is no excuse to putting yourself first and saving yourself, basically, from this Panasonic. You have to do what needs to be done to feel good, because this is our reality for now anyway. This is the reality.
Right, and you can't sit in your sadness. You cannot sit in negative emotion for who knows how long, waiting for us to get back to what it was like in 2019.
Exactly.
We can't do that. We have to find, and that is what this is all about. Being able to be in that high frequency regardless of what is going on around you.
You have to.
Regardless of what's going on around you, you are staying focused on your health. You are staying focused on your goals. You're staying focused on creating joy.
That's it. There's a saying that goes you to create your own happy.
I mean, you do.
And you kind of do. You can't depend on your friends, your family. Because remember, everyone's going through their own trial and tribulation. So you literally have to find your way to maneuver through this life. And if it means that you have to call your boss and say, listen, I need to take a sabbatical, or I need to find a new job that will cater to my needs as a person, then do that. Because at the end of the day, it's just you and you. That's it.
Yeah, you and you.
And you have to take care of yourself at all costs. This is not even a joke. You have to take care of you.
The relationship between you and yourself is so important right now.
It is.
And you need to focus on that. You need to figure out a way to fall in love with yourself again. And one of the things that you can do is to start to trust yourself again. Start to trust your intuition.
Yeah.
For a long time, we've been told that we do not know what's best for ourselves. And maybe sometimes that is true. But we have to go through that process where we do trust ourselves. So when you write down your list of how you're going to stay grounded during this Panasonic, you are going to stick to what you've written down. And the reason why you're going to stick with it is because you need to trust you. If you don't trust you,
who's going to trust you?
The universe isn't going to trust you. Your divine source isn't going to trust you. People around you aren't going to trust you because you don't have the vibe of trust in yourself.
That part.
So you have to trust yourself first. And the only way to do that is don't flake on the discipline that you are setting up for yourself.
That's it. You owe it to yourself.
Thank you.
You owe it to you. You owe it to your higher self. You owe it to yourself to be the best person you can be in this life.
Don't ignore what's going on in the world.
No.
But
be aware.
Be aware.
Be aware.
And be present in this present moment, in this present day. If you're sitting with your friends, you're not looking at your phone. You're looking at your friend.
That's it. Be present. Be present. Be aware. And understand that, yes, things are going on in your world. But at this precise moment, when, like we said before, when you look out your window, there's nothing really going on.
Choose days where you can rest. Clean often. Remember, a messy home is a messy mind. So try your best to keep things in order. Don't sit in the dumps for the next 2 years, y'all.
No. Oh my gosh.
The time to find joy, the time to enjoy life is now.
Yes.
Make time for play. Make time for spontaneous moments. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself.
That's it.
Make days for yourself and make it a non-negotiable.
Do not deviate.
Okay.
Because you remember, you're doing this for you. These are things that you're rewarding yourself with. So you have to stick to the plan. And put this plan everywhere. Plaster it.
Yeah.
Take a photo of it.
Yeah.
Keep it on your screensaver on your computer. I don't know what. Put it all over your mirror in the mornings. Wherever you have to do to see your list. That you cannot deviate from those things.
Focus on your mental health. Focus on what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your mind, what you're consuming, how much you are consuming, and write down how you're going to design a better life for yourself. Because you are a creator. You are creating your life. As you sit here right now, you are creating your life by the frequencies that you are giving out, by the people that you're entertaining in your life.
Yep.
Keep your frequency high. Love, peace, play, and write down how you're going to design your life for you.
If you're someone new doing this, of course it's going to be a little awkward for you. But you just keep on doing this and keep on practicing these tips we've given you. You're going to see how much more enjoyable your life is. Girl, boy, listen. We are testaments of it. So trust, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. You have no idea how amazing you are. You will win.
This is your time. And you can use it in any way you want.
That's it.
Taking that time on yourself, focus on yourself. And thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. We always enjoy your company, of course.
Always enjoy.
And again, if you liked this video, and if you like videos about this sort of stuff, then definitely click that subscription button, click the notification bell, and stay in touch. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you loved it.
Thank you so much everyone for watching. Yes, and do give us a thumbs up. That way we can get these tips out across the YouTube world so that everyone can live with some peace in their lives. I think we all need that right now. Thanks everyone. Love you lots, and we will see you next time. Bye.